Hello, and welcome to Finite Mathematics. My name is Dr. Brendan LeBuz, and I'm going to go through the syllabus and let you know a little bit about the course. You'll see my name there and my email address. Email is the only way to contact me, and I disabled the email function in Blackboard because I prefer the university email. And my office hours are by appointment. I'll talk more about that later. There'll be virtual office hours. Course description: a unified treatment of basic concepts of set theory, logic, probability, statistics, matrix algebra, and linear programming. That's the description from the catalog, and we'll do half of those. We'll do set theory, probability, and matrix algebra. You'll see the general education program objectives there. We want, basically, this course will be an exercise in critical reasoning and mathematical literacy. There's no textbook for the course. I used to have an optional textbook, but students never used it, so I'm not having any text, just the learning modules that will be available online. And it says that a scientific calculator is required. You can use the ones on the computer, but I think it's convenient to have one just next to the computer that you can type in. So that's up to you. I recommend that TI-30X2S, but any inexpensive scientific calculator should be fine. I think that one's like $15. So I have the courses broken up into 3 units. Those 3 units that I mentioned from the course description, and each unit will take up 2 weeks. So the first week we'll spend going through the learning modules and doing homework, and then the next week you'll be studying for an exam and then taking the exams. So the homework I'll have due at midnight on Thursday. So just make sure you have it done by then. It will be available at the start of the unit, so you may want to work through or do the homework as you're working through the unit. And I say it will not be accepted late unless so you know, if you're having trouble with the internet or something weird like that. But normally I don't accept late homework. Um, the homework assignment will be a PDF document. So I'll show you one of those assignments in a second. But here you'll see that it says Adobe Reader must be used in order for the form features of the PDF to work. So I have the homework is these PDF documents that you fill out, and what you'll do is you'll save the PDF file on your computer with your name in the file, and then you'll do the homework and then save that that file, and then just submit that file on Blackboard through the assignment. And then I'll grade it and return it along with solutions, and you can go over it in preparation for the exam. The first homework assignment, you'll see I have 3 folders here, one for each unit, and we'll click on unit 1, and you'll see that homework assignment sitting there. The exam will also be there when the time comes. For right now, there's just this homework assignment, and you'll see the file there. So I want you to go ahead and save it somewhere on your computer. And then once you do that, you'll open it, of course. You will see at the top of the page, it says please fill out the following form. You can save data typed into this form. So you will fill in your name, and then fill in the answers, whatever you think they are. You can use tab to go from one field to the next. You'll see on this page I have some bigger fields where I'm asking for sentences. And then there's some different problems here. I'm asking you to check which areas should be shaded so you can see that. And there's one other thing I wanted to mention. If you click on this extended tab in the upper right, you'll be able to add or edit text boxes. So you can add text anywhere you want in the document. So if you wanted to put in little comments or things like that, you can do that. So once you're finished, you'll save it. Just hit the save button and then just attach the file with the assignment. I want to we go back to the syllabus. I'm going to go ahead and open it up in the browser, but you may want to save it to your computer and just open it up with Adobe Reader. It might be easier. I will warn you that it's not complete though. The only one that's up there is sets, the first unit. I'll get the second units up as we get there. So you'll go through these. You'll see the Unit 1 sets, homework, and exam due dates. And you'll just go through this module page by page. I have examples. Here's another example, and here's an exercise. So when you're going through the examples, you may want to have some pen and paper, but certainly for the exercise, you should stop and go through it and figure out what you think the answer should be. I do have a solution on the next page, but you want to work through it on your own. So make sure you're doing that. What else? These words up here, these are the units, and then over here, these are the sections within the units. These are clickable links, so if you want to go right to the second unit, or the second section of the first unit, the second section of the first unit on it. Another thing is that I have references, so later on in this unit, I have a reference to a previous example, and if you click on it, it'll bring you to that example so you can look at it. The problem is getting back to the page that you were on. So what I would recommend doing is you can right click up here and decide what navigation, under page navigation, you want previous view, because then you can hit back and it'll bring you back to where you were so that you can keep reading. You can 3 mid-exams, 1 for each unit, and I have the exam scheduled for Thursday from 6 to 7, so they're just an hour-long exam, and it's mainly because I don't want you to have to be working too long on an exam. Now it says makeup will be allowed provided notice is given in a timely manner, in most cases before the exam. So if there's some reason that time doesn't work for you, maybe you do better later in the night or the next morning or whatever, just let me know and we can work on that. It says in most cases before the exam. Of course, if you forget or oversleep, whatever, we can probably work with that too. And it says the exam will be a PDF document just like the homework, so you should know how to do that. And the review sheets will be available, so I want to give you some practice problems to help you study for the exam. And the final exam is essentially, I have it set up to be a retake of the midterm exams. So it'll be in 3 parts, and each part is optional. And what I do is I average the original one, giving preference to the final. So if you show that you can do the material in the end, I want to give you more credit for that, but I still want to make you responsible for what you got during the course. So if you are doing very well at the end, then you don't even need to take the final, but it is a chance for you to improve your grade. In virtual office hours, I've had good success with this. You'll see over here on the left-hand side the Blackboard Collaborate. So that's how we'll do it. Whoops. And you'll just set up a time with me, and then we'll meet, and hopefully you have a microphone, and we can talk back and forth. And there's a blackboard to go over material, so it should work pretty well. I am requiring a meeting for the course. It's worth a small percentage of your grade. But I thought that during the first unit, hopefully if there's something that you don't quite understand or you need help with, you can set up a meeting so that we can just get comfortable with it, either while you're working on the homework or on the homework, studying for the exam. If you don't have any issues, I would recommend you just get it out of the way. Just go ahead and meet with me and just say, hey, this stuff is fine, I'm doing great. Then we can put a check mark on that. But please, anytime throughout the semester you want to set up a meeting, I say it's best to give a day notice so that we can set up the time. Sometimes that takes a little bit of time to set up the time, but we can definitely do that. The next page on the syllabus, I have just a calendar that shows all the due dates. You see everything occurs on Thursday. So the first one is when the homework's due, and I'll try to have it back to you sometime the next day. And then the following week we have that exam, and then we just repeat it for units 2 and 3. And then that last week will be preparation for the final exam. Let's see, the next page has the grade distribution. So you'll see I made the homework assignments were 12% each, so that comes out to grade, and the exams were 20% each, so that'll be 60% of the grade, and then that small percentage for that online meeting that you should take care of right away. And then you see the grading scale, and then we get to academic honesty. So this can be a tricky thing with online courses, but I think it's pretty straightforward. I say any work submitted must be the student's own work. So what I mean by that is you write down an answer that should be what you wrote, and you should understand it. It says the use of modules, the internet, or other resources as a native permitted. So I want you to feel free to understand this material however you can. Even if you have people around you helping you, I mean, that's great if you can understand it, but when you're submitting something, it needs to be something that you wrote and something that you understand. So that's the academic honesty. And then disability accommodation, and accommodations, you can take a look at that. So that's the syllabus. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. I guess the only thing is just let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully we can have a good semester.